I'm Dr. Jordin Wiggins, and this is the Pleasure Principles podcast. Join me on this journey where sex, science, and sensuality meet. Let's change the conversation around sex and pleasure together. Welcome to the Pleasure Principles podcast. I work with people that want to make a change. They are in a rut in their relationship with sex, in their career, maybe with their health and their mood. Regardless, they are stuck. Sometimes they're great compartmentalizers, or they think they are. They're killing it and advancing in their career, and they feel like something is missing at home, or maybe they're just stuck all around. I'm on calls constantly with exhausted professional women and mothers, and they're asking me, "You're glowing. How do you get it all done?" Today, we're going to talk about one of my secrets, orgasm. Just kidding. That is one of my secrets, but it is not what we are talking about today. Today, we are going to discuss momentum, a tool that I teach in feminine mentorship and something that I use personally. So momentum can work either way. When you're moving forward and things are going well, everything seems to be falling into place. It's coming with ease. So that's the kind of momentum that we want. And do you know those people where it's like, shit, everything just seems to be going well for them? That's what I'm talking about. And then on the other hand, when we're stuck, when it takes effort to get out of a rut and it seems like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and you're like expending so much energy, that stuck momentum is not what we want. Many of you listening are juggling a lot of responsibilities right now. Your friend at work that has some life problems that you're helping with, you're taking care of children, you're still trying to shake off the last 2 years of isolation, burnout, and separation. So first off, let's get clear. Where do you feel stuck? Do you feel stuck in life? Maybe you're not where you want to be, or not where you think you should be at this age, at this time. Maybe you are in debt. Maybe you want to make a career change, but you don't know what to do. What about sex? Are you having sex out of obligation? Maybe your partner wants it less. Maybe you don't want to do it. Maybe your libido is low. Maybe you're sick of doing the same old thing. Are you stuck in relationships, having the same fights, not feeling connected to your partner? Maybe not like you can really be yourself. Or, and I'm calling this one out because I see it all the time, it's an excuse that we tell ourselves, but if you are in a relationship that you're like really good teammates or really good friends, there's some massive stuckness going on, and there's so many other levels available to you and your partner. Let's not settle for teen. Maybe you're stuck with taking care of yourself. You're having the same health issues, the same period pain, you're not sleeping, the same migraines, still wanting to lose weight and not making any progress. These areas where you feel stuck are the areas that you are lacking momentum. Helping women find their pleasure is my mission, to bring pleasure to as many women as we can, to create community and sisterhood and give women the freedom to live the lives that they want to be living so that they are glowing too. I want to break women from the stuckness of feeling like they need to do what they should be doing. Momentum is another word for ease and flow. And when we think of it as something that we can create, we can tap into it to make our lives work for us instead of against us. I'm working with a coach, a six-figure coach, and she has told me over and over and over again, and I'm now a firm believer in this and teacher of it as well. The way we do one thing is the way we do everything. So I want us to take a little inventory of our stuckness, because another thing that I know about superwomen is we like to lie to ourselves about how stuck we actually are. So, how do you spend your days? Are you present and mindful working through each task? Are you multitasking, putting out fires, jumping from one thing to the next? Are you present when you get home with your family? Or is that just a continuation of the stress? If you're feeling stuck in your personal goals, it's going to impact how you show up in your relationship and vice versa. This is why momentum is so important. It can increase our progress in all areas or keep us stuck. You have to know how to use it to your advantage. Where's your momentum taking you? Ease, flow, lightness, or anxiety, isolation, depression? Momentum is where we are finding flow and ease. Momentum is necessary. It's a necessary ingredient for success in our relationships, in sex, at work, at home, like most definitely in the bedroom. And that is a huge key for me, because if we're going to talk about momentum and talk about using momentum, why not use it with sex? Let's talk about momentum in sex. You might not even know what you're missing, but if you've been searching for answers for why you're so successful in your career, but lacking in other areas, why your libido's low, why you feel so burnt out, overworked, why you're snappy and irritated all the time, why you can't lose the weight you want to lose, why you're exhausted but you can't sleep at night, you take care and run the show at work and at home, but you can't figure out how to take care of yourself the way you want to, you are in the right place. Maybe your relationship is on the brink of divorce, or you're missing the days of connection and intimacy that you once had. If you long for the spark and connection and you want to feel like yourself again, that radiant, turned on woman, then I have the solution for you. Work with me, Dr. Jordin Wiggins, naturopathic doctor, sex educator, and feminine burnout coach, in my executive one-on-one coaching program to learn how to receive pleasure for better sex, better health, and more wealth. I promise you, they are all connected. I work with women to teach them how to receive pleasure and to open to all of the possibilities that this life has to offer you in health, wealth, and love. Because you deserve success across the board in your life. Finally, find the secret that was missing from all the work that you've done before and understand why you are so successful at work, but lack the spark and connection you long for in your relationships. When you learn how to receive pleasure and learn what was holding you back, you unlock possibilities in every area of your life. Suddenly, you can receive compliments, trust, acceptance, friendships, money. You know how to take better care of yourself, and you receive the praise, acknowledgement, help, and support that you've always wanted, but didn't know how to get. Everything comes when you learn how to receive and adopt a pleasure mindset as a way of being. My executive coaching program gives you exclusive access to me in person or via video chat, and my years of experience of working with thousands of women, Eastern medicine theories, and practical everyday ways to apply the work to see real growth in your life and relationships.
Get the support you need to repair your relationships. Start having mind-blowing sex and open to the possibilities of what great pleasure means to you. Revolutionize your relationships and build the abundant future that you, your relationships, and your loved ones deserve. Click the link in the show notes or visit my page on Instagram at Dr. Jordin Wiggins to learn more about my coaching packages.
If you've followed me for a while, you know that I always say that sex is not a drive. The term sex drive is a misnomer. It's not actually true. Drive implies is a natural urge or need that's going to get bigger and bigger the longer you go without it. Like thirst, our need for water is increasing for our survival, or hunger. But that is actually not how sex works for most of us. Sex is more like a reward system. So the more good sex you have, the more good sex you want. See, this is a momentum thing. So if you're having sex that is not the best for you, or no sex at all, your brain isn't going out searching for it. You're not going to magically wake up one day and want to have sex. Your brain and your body are prioritizing other needs, like stress hormone that is interrupting our pleasure systems. Desire doesn't just appear while you're sitting around waiting for it. We actually need to work at cultivating it, which is one of my favorite things to do with the women that I work with. So, how do we create momentum? I'm going to give you 3 tips. Tip number 1, start small. Building momentum starts in small doses. If you have not had sex for 6 months, don't try and jump into bed and get right to it. That is too big of a mountain to climb. We should start with something smaller, like intimacy, connection, touch, eye gazing. Maybe going on a walk with your partner and holding their hand, or greeting them at the door with a kiss that lasts 6 seconds. Like just as they get home from work, surprise them. Hold them tighter for a little longer. If you're working on improving your physical and mental health, do not aim to run 5 or 10K when you haven't been physically active. Start by drinking 1 extra glass of water a day for a week, or spend 10 minutes, like go outside, walk 10 minutes in that direction, turn around and come back. What we want to do is start increasing the wins little by little, and watch as the wins get bigger and bigger and bigger. Tip number 2, write down your desires. Momentum can be hard to kickstart when you don't know what you're working towards. If we're constantly being inundated by messages on Instagram about health, about mental health, about communication tips in our relationship, about how to ask for things at work, and it's just constantly overwhelming, but we're being guided by external things. What I want you to do is grab a journal and write down 3 long-term desires. One could be to find another job, to take a really luxurious vacation next year. Then I want you to write down 3 desires for the day, like getting some rest, taking a bath, reading a couple chapters of a book that you have been putting off. These are things that you want, guided by you. And the 3rd tip in building momentum is cutting something out. Building momentum in the midst of our crazy, busy, overscheduled lives can feel impossible especially when we feel like we are just barely getting by and surviving the day. Is there something you can cut out or reduce to make more room in your life for the good stuff? Put that cell phone away for an hour when you get home to be present with your loved ones, present with yourself and your thoughts. Maybe you only watch Netflix on weekends. What can you shift to create more room in your day? And if these shifts create more time for physical connection and intimacy, you're going to 10x your momentum because of the feel good hormone cascades that you have going on. I want you to remember, if we create momentum in one area, it will bring more ease and flow to other areas. So obviously, my recommendation is to start creating momentum with sex and intimacy, because this is a super fun way to create momentum in other areas. When it comes to relationships, happiness, sex, it's all about understanding what works for you and how you can enjoy sex, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you feel trust, love, connection, and are able to relax and enjoy intimacy. If we are stressed, if we are stuck, we are blocking this from happening, and it's spilling over into all areas of our lives. If you are interested in learning more about how to break the patterns that are holding you back from receiving better health and more connected relationships, register for the live event that I'm hosting next week at thepleasurecollective.com/over it. You're going to get 3 hours of teaching, an opportunity for a Q&A with me, a workbook that has actionable items to complete, and replays that will be available to watch over the weekend. And the best part is we have discounts on all of our services. So you are going to want to attend live if you want access to those. I hope to see you there, May 11th through 13th.
Have a great week, everybody.
If you like what you heard in this episode, leave me a rating. Your support helps me get discovered by more women like you. Together, we can change the conversation around women's sexual health and pleasure for you, your partners, and generations to come.